Hello, Adam Burnett here. This is my presentation to accompany my research paper number 2 for HCM 445. The title of my paper was The Destruction of Enron Corporation. Starting with the introduction, Enron was founded by Kenneth Lay in 1985 by the merging of Houston Natural Gas and Northern National Gas Company. During Enron's operation time, they had over 20,000 employees. Enron was a company that provided energy, different commodities and services. And for 6 consecutive years, Fortune magazine named Enron America's most innovative company in America. So, this is just a little bit of background to give you an idea of what Enron was. Some of you may be very familiar with Enron, and in the coming slides it'll be apparent why. But Enron was, in its time, a very successful company, or at least appeared to be. So in my analysis and in my research, it was very interesting to find out all the information about Enron and what happened with this business. And I thought it was a good example to do the paper on for the topic of how a business continuity plan either helped or, in the absence of, hurt a business in a crisis. So, in my analysis, I learned that Enron was a business that was doing very unethical practices and had very poor integrity. And what they were doing was simply accounting fraud. What they did ended up being called the Enron scandal, and they were using accounting, skills to misrepresent their earnings and inflate their records. So while it looked like their stocks were improving, they really it was fake essentially, and the executives and managers were making millions of dollars by doing this. And this is kind of the exact opposite of what a business continuity plan is intended to do, right? A business continuity plan is there to identify possible problems, possible risk. And the way this business was running was, in fact, increasing the risk and introducing threats that could possibly threaten the continuity of this business. So, that kind of brings me to my conclusion that Enron had very bad ethical integrity running its business, and the operation that they were doing, they had an absence of a business continuity plan, and in fact they were doing the opposite of what a BCP should be doing. So ultimately, Enron had to file for bankruptcy in 2000, and when they did this, those 20,000 employees I mentioned, their investments, those employees' life savings, their jobs, all that was lost. And much of it was not gained back through lawsuits for many employees. In the mid-2000s, Enron's stock had peaked to $90, just under $91 per share. And by the end of 2000, around November, their stock was less than $1. So you can see the result of this bad business practice and the scandal, and how having a BCP influenced the outcome of this scandal. And the victims were the employees as well as um, the accounting firm that they were working with, which was one of the largest in the world at that time. Um, the result of this shut down that accounting firm as well. So there was multiple victims in this. So Enron ultimately became dysfunctional in 2007 when their doors closed and they sold their last business. So thank you for watching my presentation.